want people calling in and saying that you got to go to church every Sunday, and no, having a faith in God, believing in God, in your Bible, in your Quran, whatever you read, it's going to teach you the same principles. Now, I've been blessed to be able to read both from the Quran and from the Bible. So I have added principles. Have I followed those principles all the time? No, I haven't. But and the one thing that we fail to realize is that it's just that simple, that when you get off track, you start less and less to follow principles, and you add more and more just impurities. Now, people think that if you live this way, you're adding perfection to your life. No, you're just adding principles. Nothing in this world is perfect. Not even a straight line is straight. Think about that. Like I said, phone lines are open, 446419606. Success and failures is one half of the subject tonight, because I want somebody that can hear my voice to understand that, who's going through a time where they're trying to figure out what's my next step, what's my next move. Step out on faith. People say it all the time, but don't adhere to it. Even I am going to, in these next recent months in time, doing some things, and I'm going to step out on faith, because I know that if I don't, I'm just wasted time, wasted energy. That's what it boils down to. We got to get back to the basics. We got kids to raise, and kids to possibly have to raise. We have to prepare for that. So success comes with principles. And I know this is fact, and I know how God has given me the message in life on principles, because I've been reading the book, Black Privilege. Shout out to Charlemagne the God. And I didn't skip over a chapter, but I kind of read the beginning of one chapter where he goes, and his whole book is like, it doesn't say chapter 1, chapter 2, it's principles. See how this word is being passed around, principles. And the principle section that we got into was principle 6, live your truth. And it's a great quote from it's a great quote that starts the chapter out, and it goes into, and I'm gonna have to give it a heads up, it has a little cursing in it, but it says, always live your truth. That way no one can use your truth against you. When you are completely honest about yourself and with yourself, you give zero fucks about anything anyone has to say about you. People can slander you all day, but no judgment or opinion formed against you shall prosper when you live the truth. I have never read this book before, never seen this, and I came across that, and it was like speaking to me, because that's how I live. I can only be me, and I give zero F's about anything anyone has to say. I do me. Only time I respond when people get ignorant. That's disrespect. I got a very low tolerance for that. But people are going to hate see, here goes principle again. Principle teaches you that no matter who you are, people are going to hate and dislike. They hated on Jesus. What makes you different? Just a thought. And so I suggest you all read this book. This book is powerful. It has some great word of the day is principles. But something you can use in your everyday life. And people who are at 25 and older, 30 plus, are trying to find themselves, or trying to find the next best thing, or what's for them. This is what it boils down to, principles. This is what it boils down to. And I wanted to let these recent graduates and families of graduates, etc., and parents of graduates, that your job's not going to stop now. Never will. You're never going to stop being a parent. But when you let them out into the world, have you given your kids the principles in order to survive, in order to gain, in order to be successful? That's the thing that needs to be thought of. Because that leads into the next half of this topic, which is why your child has chosen HBCU over PWI. Because some principles that you instilled into them, and are those principles really going to help them? And are they really principles or opinions? Because principles are facts, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. So you need to. So that determination on why they have chosen that school is going to lead into a great conversation as we dwindle down to the end of the show. With 35 minutes left on the show. 30 minutes left on the show, I'm sorry. After I play this song, we're going to come back. People call in, 404-641. When the song goes off, please call in. Let's talk about this. 404-641-9606. I'm going to read from a great article that breaks down the PWI HBCU debate, some comparing and contrast, and I want you to call in with your opinion about it. If you have a kid that's going to HBCU, if you're HBCU alum, why did you choose HBCU over PWI? Let's get into that conversation right now. Right now, to the topic of the night, principles. The name of the song is "Teach the Youth" by Barrington Levy, y'all.
For land, spend some time in New York, most of my time in England. Now I come back to my born land. Come from England to make some vibes, just to keep my fans alive. But the vibes they're teaching me, that don't write in my book. But the vibes they're teaching me, that don't write in my book. Lie. No put it there, no put them no way. No put it there, Lord, the way them must be. No bend down, just keep them to the ground. All static, make the world them panic. Teach the youths them how to live. Teach the youths them how to survive. Hold your corner and save your life. And that's no jive. The youths them make a living by selling some stuff, while some make a living wiping down cars. Can't you see the time we're living in? The people are suffering. No teach me nothing, just teach me something. Don't teach me nothing, just teach me something. Hold your corner and save your life. And that's no jive. My heart, my heart cries to see the youth. No put it there, now put them no way. No put it there, Lord, the way them must say. No bend down, just keep them to the ground. All stand it, make the girls them panic. Teach the youths them how to live. Teach the youths them how to survive. Hold your corner and save your life. And that's no jive. Went away to a far, far land. Spent some time in a New York, most of my time in England. Now I come back to my born land. Come from England to make some vibes, just to keep my fans alive. Come from England to make some vibes, just to keep my fans alive. But the vibes they're teaching me, that don't write in my book. No. But the vibes they're teaching me, that don't write in my book. Oh no, oh no. Teach me truths and rights. No put it there, can't teach me a thing. No bend down, just to the ground. All static can make the world in panic. Teach me truths and rights. Look how much people suffering in this time. Oh yeah. Some youths want to make a living, but they can't find the things to do. So teach me nothing, just teach me something. Oh yes. Cause my heart is willing. No teach me nothing, just teach me something. Oh yes. Cause my heart is willing. Teach the youth them how to ride the rhythm. Teach them in a proper way.
Welcome back. And so right now, phone lines are open. As I now get into the final part of the topic tonight, which is now considered the age-old debate of HBCUs versus PWIs, predominantly white institutes. Okay, yes, it's funny because it's really damn hilarious at this point, how this has become such a major topic of discussion, and I feel like this article speaks wonders. I came upon this article a little while ago, right? And the article goes into so let me tell you what it stemmed from. So I was intrigued. This happened maybe a couple years ago, and it was a big hoopla from that stemmed upon quote unquote Black Twitter. We make everything black. And what happened is started this big debate where people were trying to break down, both blacks and white, but mostly black people. This was when Black Twitter debate between each other, when people were trying to justify why they went to a PWI and how it's benefited them as opposed to your little HBCUs. You know, that was the arrogance and cockiness of the conversation that were going, and I remember this firsthand. And so one thing that stood out was this article that USA Today had did. And USA Today did this article that it's a lengthy article, but I'm going to go into the heart of the article, which it broke down played with some numbers, and it broke down to some misconceptions. So it broke down this. It was quoted. It was a quote from a HBCU student that went anonymous. And the quote went, "I think people only discredit HBCUs because of how people view blackness. So when you speak of black institutions, people kind of turn their nose up. People automatically elevate PWIs because they're white colleges. And there's the idea that a majority white school is quality." Now here's some facts of the matter. While HBCUs constitute just 3% of the nation's institutions of higher learning. Just 3% of the nation's institutions of higher learning. They graduate nearly 20% of black students who earn undergraduate degrees. And more than 50% of African American professionals and public school teachers matriculate from HBCUs. Now, I used to always think that was a big, not conspiracy, a big urban legend that most people that go to black schools end up becoming teachers. 50% of it